Hey guys, Energy E, that's me. Simple question for you. Respect of life, right? We've all heard people that are off on the deep end, and they're like, oh, I can't eat meat because the animal, I can feel its pain. Okay, good. I'm not that intuitive. I'm glad. And I'm good. I'm mostly a pescatarian. On special holidays, I eat my soul food, which is goat and lamb. That's about it. Can't be a vegetarian and eat one, right? Well, how much does this affect my frequency? How much is this going to make it more difficult for me? Am I going to start choking during the event? Didn't we have the event? Are we going through the event as I speak? Right? If it's a 25,920 year cycle, I mean, then this is just a blip on the radar. What, 18 years, 8 years, 2 years? You know, everybody's like, what day is it going to be? What hour is it going to happen? Chill out. Oh my God. All right. So my question is about, if you respect life that much, then what do you do when mosquitoes are like tagging you and you're freaking out? Right? I want to go meditate in the woods. I got woods behind my house. I love it. Building a pyramid so I can meditate in there. Ooh, that's a bad car wreck. Looks like they're all okay. So the question really is, I've read that plants don't feel pain. But what about mushrooms? It's not really a plant. It's not really an animal. Supposedly it's broken off of both branches of life. I have deep respect for them as well. I want to get into mycology big time on my property and build a place. We can grow all different types for food and whatnot. But truthfully, and I don't want to go through the if routine because that can be really a twist on our own ego. But if I have a problem and an animal is coming, right? I'm to protect against animals, right? What's going to happen after the shift? Are all of a sudden lions going to lay down with the lamb? Is it going to be that everybody's going to lose a taste for steak? America, we eat beef. It's what's for dinner. Okay, all right. So what do we do? I'm not trying to recruit anybody. I'm not trying to change anybody's opinion. I've had it with that. I spent over 30 years in churchianity recruiting, trying to get people saved. Hey, you know what? It raised my frequency a little bit, I think. But now at this point, how do I look at it? You know, Christian scripture, as convoluted as I believe it has become, I wonder and I say, people are saying, oh, it doesn't matter what you eat because bless it and eat it. It is sanctified by the person who prays the prayer of faith when they sit down to eat. You bless your food. You bless it. What? If you eat it and it's unblessed, you're gonna choke? Okay. So now, am I better off? We had this discussion, whatever, 35 years ago or something like that. I've been out of church for a couple of years. Is that they knew that I liked to eat because I was a hygienist vegetarian when I was a kid. And it was like, oh man, no milk, no eggs, no nothing. And I felt good. Well, the kids made fun of me though, and I was eating, you know, cashew butter and honey for lunch. So the people in church all those years ago knew that I would eat more clean food, and they asked me to speak so that we could know about health. And I asked them some questions. They were upset in a holy way. Okay? Well, I would say, well, why do you drink Coca-Cola? Well, you know, don't start getting on me about that. It was the question of they wanted to add and the ability to eat a little bit better. And I understand that, because all of this is it's gonna be major changes. We're gonna have major changes in our whole world, and how things are perceived and how people feel about it. It's going to be a natural dropping away. Over what period of time? Are people going to say, well, you know, I just don't feel comfortable eating food that way. I'm good with just some vegetables. There's a lot of people I know, they're not going to do that now. And it's going to have to be a major paradigm shift for them to switch their diet. And my diet has changed, and I feel better. I'm 53. I'm comfortable. I feel better. I sleep better. I wake up better. Quit caffeine. You ever hear people all the time? They're always the enlightened ones now. I'm talking about our people, right? Okay, yeah. So, the consciousness community. What do you mean you switch to tea? If you're still doing caffeine, doesn't that affect your sense of consciousness? Aren't you? Isn't that affecting? I've heard some reports of people that immediately their guides, their higher self, or whatever, however you want to describe it, that they practically ran away as soon as they started drinking a cup of coffee or taking some caffeine. You know, I used to get high, I don't now, haven't for many, many years, but why start? Had somebody ask me a good question the other day. He said, what emotions are you trying to mask that you're even considering doing anything with consciousness, altering substances? Okay, for instance, medical marijuana. There's a reason that I could use it legitimately, legally. Okay? Or drinking a bottle of wine. I have people in my family, they think that if I take one sip of wine, I'm going to become a raging drunk overnight. Not even overnight, instantly. It's like, all of a sudden, my fingernails will grow long and I'll become like a wild wizard, you know, like looking insane. Just touch alcohol to my lips. That's all it'll take, because that's their experience. But I haven't altered my mentality in all those years. So what's going to happen to the people who are alcoholics? What's going to happen to the drug addicts during that upgrade, those major upgrades? And how soon is it? Is it going to be instantaneous? Or is it going to be little at a time? So, we've all heard, we are the ones we've been waiting for. Yeah, okay, good. I'm happy for that. You know, I can wait, but I'm a doer. I like to do stuff, so don't make me wait and do nothing. Well, enough rambling for now. Thanks for listening. You got any ideas? Let me know what your journey has been. Hit me up in the comments. Thanks.